to the $100 MBA Show. Whether you're crushing it online, offline, or somewhere in between, we got you covered with our daily 10-minute business lessons for the real world. I'm your host, your coach, your teacher, Omar Zenhom. I'm also the co-founder of the $100 MBA, a complete business training and community online. And in today's episode, you will learn, is blogging still effective? There are so many different platforms coming out, different mediums, video, short form video like Vine videos, images, Instagram, social media, podcasting. It begs the question if having a blog or publishing blog posts on a regular basis is still effective. Does a business really need it? And do all businesses need blogging? There are many benefits to blogging that many people are unaware of. We get into those benefits and talk about if these benefits are still relevant in today's business, regardless of what business you have. Let's get into it, guys. Let's get down to business. Today's episode of the $100 MBA Show is sponsored by HostGator. With their 24/7 live support via chat, phone, or email, regardless of what time of day, any day of the week, you can reach out to somebody at HostGator to help you out with your website needs. Whether it's hosting your website, website design, registering domain names, they got you covered. And they do it all at an amazing price. Plus, they're hooking up every listener of the $100 MBA Show with 25% off. Just go to HostGator.com and use promo code OmarHookup. Again, that's HostGator.com, promo code OmarHookup. Is blogging still worth it? Is content in the text form still relevant? And if so, how do we use it to market our business? First, let's talk about why blogging is different from other forms of media. Being text-based is a different animal. The way we search for text, the way we consume text is a little bit different. And believe it or not, it's still the number one way people consume information is reading. Because you can basically do it anywhere. You could do it on your phone, you could do it on the bus, you could do it without earphones. It's also a lot faster to find information via text, not only within the text itself, but to find certain information in text form, thanks to search engines like Google. And this is where blogging really flexes its muscles. You see, Google is great for searching for text. That's how we search for things. We type in words and we get results. And Google eats up blogging and great content on blogs. Yes, you could search for videos, but even with videos, they're searching for text that is correlated to that video, the titles of your videos, the descriptions, that's all text. So even if you have a video on your website, the way people can find it is via the text that you add to the actual blog post as well as the metadata. But the point here is that if I search for a term on Google, let's say, for example, I search for best lemon chicken recipe. Google goes through the whole internet and finds the best recipe based on the words and the popularity of your blog post. Now, if you're not blogging, you're not going to show up, period. Of course, there's exceptions, like if that's your product, then that's the terms you use on your sales page and you're highly indexed. But it's a lot easier to be found if you do blog. Guys, I'm speaking out of experience, but what I want to share with you is that blogging is effective, but it's a long-term game. Many of the blog posts that I've published a year ago, 2 years ago, are now just gaining traction. For example, if you search the term MBA books, our website, the $100 MBA, ranks number 1 in Google, a very, very hard keyword to master. And that's because of blogging, because we publish a blog post once a week, and we've been doing it for the last 2.5 years. So that means we have over 100 blog posts that are valuable and useful and text-rich. Now, I'm not writing for the search engines. I'm just focusing on creating great value on topics that a lot of people need help in. Topics like business and finance and becoming a better entrepreneur. And I go really deep on these blog posts. I really try to write the best pieces of content I can because I want it to gain popularity and be unique. And Google rewards you for unique, valuable blog posts. Now, you might be asking, how long do my blog posts have to be to gain some traction and to get some Google juice? Now, obviously, there's no hard and fast rule. There's exceptions to everything. But generally, the longer the better. And as time goes on, that's even more and more true. I remember 2 years ago, if you wrote a blog post that's 500 to 600 words, that was pretty good. But now you're going to have to go a little longer form. 1,000, 2,000, some of our blog posts are 5,000 words because you're going deep on that topic and you become a resource, an authority in that area. So yes, definitely blogging is relevant and it's still effective. And I highly, highly encourage, if you're not blogging now, to blog at least once a week. When we started out the $100 MBA blog, we actually wrote 3 to 4 articles a week. We're trying to make up for lost time there, but the point here is that we wanted to get some traction. Now, blogging is not only effective because of Google. It's also effective because it allows people to understand what you're all about and what value you add when they visit your website. So they might come to your website for any other reason. They're just looking you up, or they heard of you, or they're clicking on a referral link. When they get to their website, they're going to chew on some meat. They want to figure out what you're all about. And by having a blog with some really great articles, they can realize, wow, these people know what they're talking about. I love the content here. But if you don't have anything for them to really find out if you're worth their hard-earned dollar, it's very hard for them to be convinced that you're worth their money. So by having free available information, free available assistance and help through the form of blog posts, you answer that question. You answer that question, are you worth their money? Are you an authority? Can you actually help them? Also, if you've ever thought about doing some guest blogging so you can leverage somebody else's large audience so you can build yours, you're going to have to show them that you have credibility, that you can actually produce great work. They're going to want to check you out and see what you have done before in the past, what you've written in your own blog. They're not just going to let you write whatever you like on their blog and to their audience without knowing that you can actually deliver. But I know that you might be thinking, I'm not a good writer. I don't really enjoy writing. I'm not that good at it. How am I going to start blogging? That's an awesome question. And the answer is pretty simple because I've been there before. I was exactly that when I got started. And the answer is just get started. Just write. Write one blog post about a topic that interests you. You can reference other resources. You could storytell. You could talk about your experiences. You could talk about yourself. One of the most popular blog posts on the $100 MBA blog is a blog post that has nothing to do with business. It's called 16 Things You Don't Know About Me But Should. And it's all about things that you don't know about me on a personal level. So just get started. Writing is like a muscle. You just got to work it out, just like you're going to the gym. Don't worry about the quality right now. Just get words on the screen and get into the habit of blogging. The habit's actually more important than the actual content when you get started. You will get better over time, and you'll look at your blog posts, 3 months from now, 6 months from now, and say, wow, I've gotten so much better. I don't know if I want to keep those blog posts still on my site. I've sure culled a whole bunch of blog posts after a few years and realized, let me just put the best stuff out there. But at the start, you should just get into the habit of writing. And I say this all the time, blogging is one of the best exercises of being a clear communicator. And being a great communicator is a skill that every entrepreneur has. They know exactly how to communicate what they offer, and they do it in a clear and concise way. Guys, I got more on today's topic, but before that, I got to give love to today's sponsor, Creative Live. Guys, I want to tell you about the creative pros over at Creative Live. Creative Live helps people unlock their creative potential. Their online knowledge bank is a great place to rekindle your artistic spirit or dig into new skills like photography, design, crafting, music production, and business savvy. You can watch classes in their massive online catalog, or you can come and attend live. I've done it a few times myself. Learn from the best from experts like Tim Ferriss, Ann Geddes, and Alex Bloomberg. They'll show you how to bring your A game to whatever revs your engines. So go to creativelive.com/MBA and get 20% off any of Creative Live's classes. Go ahead, join a vibrant, lively community of creators over at Creative Live. Head on over to creativelive.com/MBA. Guys, if you haven't started blogging or you haven't blogged consistently in the past year, then I have an assignment for you. I have a challenge for you. I want you to set aside 90 minutes this week to draft a blog post, and then another 60 minutes to edit and publish it. That means I want you to dedicate 2.5 hours this week to publish a blog post, to get it out the door. Put it in your calendar. Commit to it. In that first 90 minutes, you're just brainstorming ideas, and you're just writing down in free form how you want to express these ideas of the topic of the blog post. In that hour slot, I want you to take those ideas and edit them into paragraphs, put it into WordPress or whatever your website's used for blogging, and hit publish. Send an email to your list and let them know about the blog post, and I want you to continue to do that for the next 4 weeks. Now, you'll notice in week 2, you're not going to need 2.5 hours to do this exercise. It's going to take you a whole lot less time. That first time around, I want to give you a little bit more time. but I want you to commit to doing this 4 times in the next month, once a week. See how you feel. See how your website looks like. Look at your traffic. Check out your Google Analytics and see how it affects. Now, it's not going to be drastic. It's not going to be crazy, but I guarantee it will be better. Are you up for the challenge? Are you going to take me on? Let me know how it's going on Twitter. My handle is BizRepublic, B-I-Z-Republic. I would love to support you in any way I can. And if you have a great blog post you want to share with us, let us know. I'd love to share it with our community. All right, guys, that wraps up today's lesson. Just a quick note, if you have noticed that we sound a little bit different, it's because I'm in a different space. Nicole and I are in Sydney for the next couple months, and our recording space has changed a bit. We're testing things out differently with the audio to make sure that the quality is good, even though the space is different. Secondly, if you want to show your support for the show, if you love the show, you want to give back, the best way to do that is to leave us an iTunes rating and review. Here's a great review from somebody who calls themselves the $100 MBA fan. 5 stars, great show with great advice in 10 minutes or less. Thanks, $100 MBA fan. Thanks for the awesome review. Thank you all for leaving us amazing reviews. If you haven't done it yet, it takes 2 minutes, guys. Just go to 100mba.net/review, and it'll take you right to the page where you can review. All right, guys, before I go, I want to leave you with this. Great entrepreneurs, great business builders are people that have great habits. Get into the habit of producing content consistently, and blogging is a great way to start. Having that habit of publishing a blog post at least once a week will help you build other habits that will help build your business. Whether that's marketing or sales or doing webinars, having that discipline and putting it into your calendar and following through, it's going to empower you. You're going to love yourself for it, and your business and customers will thank you for it. All right, guys, I'll check you in tomorrow's episode. I'll see you then. Take care.